Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, guys. We're going to do a video this way just so we don't have to have any lip matching issues. So we're going to go over some emails that 1980 millennial read.
Outbound from Gypsy. Dearest, I really mean it when I said I'm grateful for your level of understanding about everything. The last year had been a time in my life that was a low point. I am going to tell you why I took the breakup so hard so you can understand in detail why I spiraled out of control.
She loves saying that, spiraling out of control. If anyone does, it's her.
After the act was released, my life changed overnight. I became a public figure, and even to this day, other women would come up to me in here without knowing me personally, but only what they have heard, and tell me their daughter, sister, or mother just loves me, looks up to me, and asks for my autograph. I don't understand why. I'm nothing but another human on the planet who has made major mistakes.
Yeah, Gypsy always has a way of making it seem like, oh, I don't know why. I'm just a normal human. But she actually is actively trying to make herself known and then pretends, oops, it was just handed to me.
I'm not someone to hold to a higher standard. My image is one that was pretty for TV, but I would break under pressure due to the stress of interviews and the weight of judgment from everyone. Even my parents were a source of stress. I grew to hate the attention and felt pressure to gain more. So I'd hide away from everyone and everything in a little phone booth corner of the day room and spend hours and hours talking with blank.
She stayed away from the spotlight? Well, are we talking about the same person here? Because it's whatever she says, it is going to be the complete opposite. She got that attention, and boy, it went to her head, and she wants more.
Doing Facebook quizzes and going on phone trips to the store. I told him all my secrets and desires for life as he opened up his secrets no one else knew. In one particular conversation, I confessed that I believed he was my soulmate and went on to explain why I believe this to be true, which I now tell you is part of the story. When I was living with my mother, before I ever met Keen, I created my perfect guy in my mind. I drew pictures of him. I still remember the drawing. I gave him dark hair and green eyes. Soon after, my mother and I were shopping at the mall. We went into Abercrombie and Fitch store, and I remember looking at the colognes. I caught the scent of one, and I took a bottle of it from the store. It was called Fierce. I took it home and thought to myself, this will be the scent he wears. I began to write a list of qualities he would have and said that I would say yes to the guy who met these traits and he would buy me a Tiffany's ring. I think it was more the little blue box I wanted than the actual ring. LOL. Anyway.
So, if we believe this story, which I don't, I believe Dee Dee took her to the mall, and I believe she went to Abercrombie and Fitch. I believe she stole a bottle of perfume or cologne. But do I think it was for an imaginary future husband or man? No, I do not. She stole it for her guy she was talking to at the moment, the person she was sneaking out with at the moment. There's no way you can convince me otherwise, because in the end, what would be the odds? That would be a big sign, Gypsy, a huge sign.
So fast forward 10 years or so, and here's Blank, 6'1", 24 years old, dark hair, green eyes. First visit with him, I caught the familiar scent again, and it was none other than Abercrombie's Fierce, the first of many signs. His personality had all the traits I listed, even down to our love for husky dogs. Then in October 2018, he proposed to me with the promise of a Tiffany's ring without me ever telling him that whole backstory. I only told him about me creating my... I am not one to throw out the pity me card, but...
Wait. Did she just say she is not one to throw out pity me parties? Gypsy, you are the one who absolutely is the first to have a pity me story. Every apology ends or begins with, but, or it's not my fault. Come on.
Facts. In my life, my father didn't love my mother, so he left to follow his heart, but left me with a mother who was broken and bitter. She only loved me when I did as I was told. She never dreamt of a day when I would grow up to be beautiful and happy. I was led to believe my father abandoned my mother and
I. She never imagined the day where she would grow up to be beautiful. What? Okay, Gypsy. And she was led to believe that she would be abandoned. That she was abandoned. You were. You were led to believe that, Gypsy, because your dad did abandon you. He had every opportunity to get in contact with you, and did not until he saw a money sign. If you can't see that by now, Lord.
all I ever wanted in life was to be loved, truly loved for who I am as a person, to not be used for personal gain, but rather be seen for the value in my love in return. So when Blaine came into my life, I thought, finally, someone sees me, someone truly loves me, knowing every flaw and every detail. Never once did he use me, exploit me, or was ever unjust to me in any way. I felt happy, appreciated, and then it cuts off there. So I just need to vent for a little bit. I'm so stressed out. So my monthly allowance is dropping drastically due to financial strain because of Mia's college. I'll be living at $100 a month, and that's for phone minutes, laundry time, canteen, everything. I spend $25 a month on phone minutes alone. I went from Blink and my parents taking care of me combined with $500 a month, which was more than enough to stock my locker with food and hygiene items and phone minutes, now down to $100. I do have backup hygiene items, so that's all that matters. It just worries me, could you live on $100 a month? The struggle.
Didn't she just say she didn't throw a pity party? I don't know, guys. Could you live on $100 a month? Well, when live in prison, that was your choice. But you get free everything. So, yeah, you should be able to live on $100 a month. I mean, you don't get everything you want, but you also don't deserve everything or anything you want for that matter. If you want my opinion, Lord.
It's real, sad face, then all caps. And I'm stress eating the food I need to conserve, cry face. Yeah, I also found it funny that she said her monthly allowance is dropping drastically due to the financial strain of Mia's college. We know she's resentful of Mia. She said recently Mia was one of her triggers. So I can imagine.
That's probably the only true statement in the entire bunch of these emails. She's resentful of Mia because her, allowance dropped from $500 a month to $100. She is so jealous of me. I agree with 1980 Millennial commentates. This is a trigger for her then and now in her future. It will always be a trigger. And the fact that she says they're sisters and it's all for love. No, Gypsy. No, you really, really resent your sister. I've never seen you speak positive of your sister except for your last live. And even then you misspoke and said she is one of your triggers. But it was in the past. How can it be one of your triggers if it's the past? Yeah, it makes no sense.
Inbound to Gypsy from Jeff. To that hot Gypsy gal with the prettiest brown eyes I've ever seen. We just got off the phone and it's never enough. You're so absolutely amazing and awesome. I can't get enough of you. I have fantasies of being right there when you walk out, the hug. I think for like the first week you're out, I just walk around with your arms around my neck, the legs wrapped around my waist. On a serious note, what you'd be wearing or what I might have for you in a bag to change into, since you just told me about 10 minutes ago, they actually have rules about what you're allowed to wear when you walk out. It really went down that way when I found out about your story and what my initial attraction to you was. I just wanted to stand in front of everyone and everyone who has anything bad to say to you or about you and push anyone out of the way that ever tries to stop you from living the exact life that you desire to live. I don't recall ever so literally having such a take a bullet for you type feeling towards anyone.
Well, we all know that changed. Jeff ended up being terrified, and well, Brian too. Brian got terrified because she leaked addresses, stalked them, and continuously messaged and wouldn't leave them alone. And look how sorry they feel for her because they believe all her lies until they get to know her and see her patterns like we have. This is just, we all felt so bad for her. But the more you get to know her, everybody sees the real her. This isn't just coincidental. Every single person but Ryan and Ken, shocker, and her parents. And what do? They all just use her for the money. It's not because she's so amazing. They know who she really is, just like these men do. But look how they are gassing her up like 1980 said.
Men are naturally protective of their women. Not that I think you can't take care of yourself. You might think you're a pushover when you talk about yourself and interacting with the other women in there. I think you come off as a pretty tough chick who isn't about to take anyone's shit in life and live it the way you see fit. And I've wanted to see that since day one of finding out about you. Only now, I hope to see it in a much more up close and personal view. Sometimes when we're on the phone, I close my eyes and just let you talk and imagine you laying on my chest, saying all the things you're saying, all the details, right down to you erratically moving your hands around when you talk. You're so over caffeinated. I love it. Laugh face. So next time we talk, it'll be the last day of 2019. The future is ahead. We'll be in a new decade. The decade, as you put it a few weeks ago, the decade that you get freed. A new chapter, new goals, and a new life are ahead so soon for you.
So it's just crazy to me that, once again, Gypsy in her fantasy world, it's always a fantasy. It is always a story. She's a storyteller. She lies, she fibs. And again, this goes back to the always a victim mentality, as you can see in these emails. And as far as the whole message thing, that's crazy in and of itself. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think that Gypsy will never change. I think she will always be this way. And what more can we say about her, honestly? We really can't say that much more about her. And then her little crew, my Lord, if you look at any of their lives, the panels are just nothing but people backstabbing, doxing. I would hate to have friends like that. I really would. If that's friendship, leave me out of it because I don't want it. But, you know, hopefully one day we will get that truth. You know, I don't think we will, but we can all dream and pray. But again, I think Rod needs to sit back and take a long, hard look at himself, reflect on part of Gypsy's past as what the problem is, and that would be him and Christy. They definitely had a huge part to play in this. And moreover, it just goes to show another lie about Dee Dee being so controlling. I'm beginning to think what 1980 said, that she did try to push Gypsy to do more. But Gypsy liked the internet, which makes sense with somebody who has antisocial personality disorder, as that one doctor has claimed, allegedly. Anywho, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have a great night, y'all.